Hello, my friends. This video is about the books that I was reading and not reading over my Christmas vacation. First one is The Joy of Movement. I am not finding this book super engaging, but I kind of forced myself to listen to it for like an hour while I was doing this cleaning. Had a lot of cleaning to do because at the end of a long semester, everything is kind of in chaos mode, and then I was getting ready to go out of town. So, made myself do some audiobook and some music while I was doing all this cleaning. This is me working on my desk space, making sure everything's like put away. We had a cat sitter stay with our cat, and so things have to be like really, really clean. The second kitchen cleaning of the day, more music and more audiobooks. I got the Libby app on my computer. My favorite book that I read during this day, I literally only listened to the first like 10 minutes of All Over Creation by Ruth Ozeki. I love her. I listened to it and then was like, you know what, my partner would love this too. And so I stopped listening to it because I was like, we should listen to it together as our audiobook when we go on this road trip. Next thing that happened was going to the ER with my friend and starting this book, Lost Souls Meet Under a Full Moon. I liked it, but I only read like one page in the hospital. Then we leave the same day and actually get on the road trip. We've been reading, me and my partner have been reading this Jeanette Winterson book together, and so they were reading it out loud to me while I was driving. Really enjoy it, but it's super weird, so you can only listen to it for short periods of time. Next, a little bit more audiobook, All Over Creation. Amazing, love this book so much. Then I was at my parents' house for Christmas, and so this is me doing my morning pages. If anyone is a fan of The Artist's Way, these are the morning pages from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. I really struggle with keeping up habits like reading, journaling, meditating when I'm on vacation, and maybe especially when I go home to my parents' house. So this was actually the only day that I did the morning pages, but I loved this. This was the solstice, and that was a really nice time to journal on that morning. Then we did a little bit of mountain driving, a little bit more Ruth Ozeki. I love driving down this road in my hometown. Perfect opportunity for an audiobook. I love when you listen to an audiobook while you're doing something and then your memory kind of stores those pieces from the book with what you were looking at the time that you were listening to it. So I feel like I'm always going to associate now that book, All Over Creation, with this drive, and I just love this drive. I think it's so gorgeous. We were coming home from cutting down a Christmas tree in the mountains, so kind of a long day. Next step was taking a bath, reading a little bit of Being Peace by Thich Nhat. I'm enjoying it, but reading it very slowly. These are the books that my partner and I got each other for Christmas, but they haven't actually come yet, so stay tuned. Anyway, once Christmas was over, it was pretty much time to go. I read like 2 chapters of this audiobook while driving. My partner and I did more of the all over creation together in the car. Of course, a little bit more Thich Nhat Hanh, cinnamon rolls from Iowa City. And then I started this book for my friend's book club, Lonely Crowds by Stephanie Wambugu. Really enjoying it so far. It's a great audiobook, and I think it's going to actually get me out of my reading slump because I'm listening to more than one chapter at a time.
Hello, my friends. Today is the day for like resetting the house, doing laundry. I have to unpack from my trip. I usually don't unpack from trips until like 3 weeks later. I like just take things out one at a time, but this time I like dumped out all my stuff from my suitcase last night looking for my watch charger, and so now it's sort of like clean laundry and dirty laundry, and my clothes that I didn't bring on the trip are like kind of all together in one pile, and I think it would be better to like undo that sooner rather than later. And I also just have like a shit ton of laundry to fold from before the vacation, and like just yeah, a lot of laundry to do. So it's just a laundry day. So now I'm gonna just clean the kitchen a little bit and then I'm gonna do laundry.
So for me, cleaning time is almost always audiobook time. I am listening in my new headphones that I got for Christmas to Lonely Crowds. This book really came through from my Libby holds at the perfect time because for me, a reading slump is when I pick up a book and put it down and pick it up and put it down, just do like maybe one chapter at a time, or maybe it's just not grabbing my attention and I'm not really getting into any book, not feeling like I'm making like forward progress. but of course, having to read this for my book group is very motivating. The book group is actually meeting this weekend, so I only have like 6 days to finish this book. And it's really, it was an interesting story, or at least it starts out as an interesting story. I did just read a review of it on Goodreads that basically destroyed this book. So we'll see if I actually enjoy it once I'm finished. But it got off to a good start. So I listened to it for like maybe 2 or 2.5 hours today, just doing my chores, normal stuff. This book is about two girls who grow up in a mostly white town in Rhode Island, and both of them are black, and they are both end up becoming artists of different forms. They have this really intense friendship. It's definitely one of these like homoerotic lesbian best friendships where you look back and you're like, what was that? Really well described. I'm enjoying the part where they are children together and kind of obsessed with each other, and looking forward to what happens next. It's kind of a frame story, so it starts with the main character who, as an adult, and like hearing about her art gallery as she's an adult, and then you flash back, and so far I'm still in her childhood and have heard like basically up through going to college. So I hope that the frame story pays off, but it definitely is off to a good start and it's giving me some momentum, except for when I lie on the ground with my cat.
Hey, this is me in the editing room as I'm finishing up the video, and I wanted to come back and first of all say I successfully, I think, am out of the reading slump. The like pressure of the book group book is definitely helping me to like make some real forward progress in at least that book. And then I also wanted to do the honorable mentions of the books that I did not read over my Christmas vacation. So these are two books that I brought with me and never opened, which for me is like a normal practice. I have to just bring some books on a trip that I'm never going to open. For some reason that is important. So this one, I have started it already. I started it in like October or November, so I'm like maybe a quarter of the way through The Shamanic Bones of Zen by Zenju, Earthlyn, Manuel. It is a good book. It's a little bit dense and historical. It definitely, I've just been carrying it around. Some books you have to just carry around for a while before you can really make progress. And then this one I have not started at all, Practicing New Worlds by Andrea J. Ritchie. This is my partner's book, and it kind of goes with like Hospicing Modernity and a couple of the other books that we gave each other for Christmas. And because we were not able to get Hospicing Modernity from the library, we were like, okay, well, this one's kind of similar. Maybe let's just bring it on the trip. And we ended up not reading it at all. Maybe we will. Maybe, I mean, eventually I will read every book in the world, so jot that down. Then this book was not a Christmas present, but my mom had it and she was like, yeah, I have not read it, but it seems good. Why don't you take it and then give it back to me if it was good, and I'll read it next time. Master, Slave, Husband, Wife, Ilyon, and it's about two people who escape from enslavement by pretending that one of them is the master and the other is a slave, and it's also, there's like cross-dressing to pretend to be a white man. Love to see it. So I'm excited to read this one. Hopefully we'll start sometime soon. And then my physical books came in that my partner got me for Christmas. So stay tuned. We will get to hear more about Full Spectrum Resistance sometime in the future. As always, thank you for watching. So glad if you're here with me to talk about books. I would love it if you have any thoughts about any of these books, that you shared them. If you have questions about them, please ask. You can like and subscribe so that you get to see the next video. And glad to have you. Keep reading.